A pair of burglary suspects caught in the act.
Plus, a suspect goes to a swampy extreme to avoid deputies on this week's Rambosk Report. Hello once again, welcome back to the Rambosk Report. I'm Adam Fisher.
And I'm Andrea Jones. We begin with a case of a suspicious vehicle caught loitering in the Berkshire Commons Plaza off Radio Road Tuesday. The vehicle, a black Nissan Rogue, ended up following a bank customer who had just withdrawn over $3,000. The suspect parked next to the victim's van when he stopped at a different location in the same plaza. While the victim was visiting another business, the suspects broke into his car, hoping to make off with the cash. Our aviation bureau caught the burglary from above. The suspects, Gerald Thomas and Gene Doss of Miami, were arrested and charged with felony burglary and traveling outside of their county residence to commit burglary. The victim had taken his cash with him.
And that's an example, or at least an attempted example, of what's known as bank jugging. Thieves wait for people to take out a lot of money from their bank and then leave it in their car to avoid being a victim. If you get cash from a bank, put it in your wallet or your purse. Don't walk out with the money readily visible for criminals to see in your hand. And be aware of your surroundings. Look for anybody sitting in the parking lot, watching you and waiting for you to be a target. And if you do go to a second location after the bank, take that money with you.
And recently, a CCSO deputy noticed a dark pickup truck suspiciously impeding traffic in the tollgate area. As the deputy tried to make a stop, the truck took off at speeds over 100 miles per hour. That was down Davis Boulevard. Another deputy was able there to deploy successfully stop sticks, hitting all four of the suspect's tires. The driver attempted to flee on foot but didn't get far. Inside the car, a gun, a knife, brass knuckles, pills, and other drugs were found. Arrested were 36-year-old Zane Smallwood, his passenger Kristen Strother. Smallwood was charged with fleeing from law enforcement, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and drug possession. He was also charged with felony fentanyl-related charges out of Hillsborough County. His passenger Strother was also charged with drug possession.
You know, there was a similar scenario the next day when a deputy attempted to pull over 48-year-old Ramon Canela Caseo of Sewanee County in that same area. Canela also fled, heading southbound on I-75 at speeds of over 100 miles per hour. Our aviation bureau took to the sky to keep track as the pursuit turned south on State Road 29 and onto US 41. That's where the driver abandoned the vehicle and then fled on foot into the woods. Our canine and other deputies responded, following the suspect into the thick and swampy area. The air unit was able to lead deputies on the ground to the suspect, who was hiding in a tree. Canela, a convicted felon, was taken into custody and charged with fleeing from law enforcement, resisting arrest, and driving with a suspended license.
And that's going to do it for us this week, but we wanted to leave you with some video from Monday's Veterans Day ceremony at Cambier Park.
That's right. Sheriff Rambosk represented CCSO at the ceremony, which drew hundreds, including many veterans, their families, and community members. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week.